Hey everyone, this is Mike and I'm an alcoholic. Welcome to the Sober Living Podcast. If you're new here, I'm glad you found us. If you've been here before, welcome back. To be clear, I am a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, but I don't represent them. The opinions I share are my own. Today's message comes from Daily Reflections for July 7th and is based on page 76 of 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. I reworded the passage to avoid any copyright issues. Today's message tells us, a lot of my fears in life came from worrying that I was going to lose something I already had, or that I wouldn't get something I thought I deserved. When I started believing life had to go the way I wanted, I found myself frustrated more often than not, because life rarely works the way you think it should. There is very little peace living that way. What I've learned is there's a big difference between hoping for something and demanding it. You know, I can always make a request, but I don't get to decide the outcome. Today's reading really made me stop and think about why I started drinking in the first place. Because it wasn't for fun. I was trying to escape how I was feeling. And this is one of those readings that just hit me like a ton of bricks. I've shared before that I didn't really start drinking until I was about 27 years old. And before that, my life had become entirely about working. My whole identity became about working. I'd put in 88 hours one week and 96 the next. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to in order to be a man. But you know, while I was working all those hours, I felt like I was slowly losing control of my own life. Things would just happen at home. Decisions would get made, problems would come up, and I just felt like I was always in some kind of reaction mode instead of living my own life. And looking back on it all, I think I confused responsibility with control. I felt like everything at home depended on me. But somewhere along the way, I stopped having any real say in how any of it went and actually played out. I was carrying the weight of it all without even really holding the wheel. Eventually, it was like a rubber band being stretched tighter and tighter until it finally snapped. And yeah, drinking became my escape. I just buried my head in the sand, you know what I mean? And looking back, alcohol didn't fix any of my problems. It simply gave me a break from caring about them. And for a little while, I didn't have to think about any of it. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to feel like everything was falling apart around me. Things felt good. But as time went on though, I noticed something else. After spending so long feeling powerless and helpless over my life, I'd become very protective of the little control I did have. I love having a plan. I feel like I always have to be on time. I feel like I have to know what's going to happen next. And none of those things are bad by themselves, but somewhere along the way, my preferences quietly became demands. And that's where this reading really speaks to me. Because when plans changed or someone was late, it was never really about being 10 or 20 minutes behind. It felt like life was slipping out of my hands again. And looking back, I think I was trying so hard to keep everything organized because I never wanted to feel that powerless again. You know, that's an exhausting way to live. Sobriety has given me a chance to look at that honestly. I'm still someone who likes structure. I still like being on time, and I probably always will. But I'm learning there's a healthy middle somewhere. I don't have to give away my voice the way I once did. But I don't also have to demand that everything happen according to my plans before I can have peace. If my wife leaves a light on, I can simply turn them off. If there's a cup on the counter, I can put it in the dishwasher. If dinner plans change or someone runs late, it doesn't have to ruin my evening unless I decide to let it. So today, when life doesn't go exactly according to the picture I had in my head, I'm going to try to pause for a second. And before I react, I'm going to ask myself one question. Am I making a request or a demand? And if it's a demand, I'm going to try to loosen my grip on it, even just a little. Because I don't have to get it perfect. I just have to catch myself before the rubber band starts stretching again. Hey, thanks for listening. Stay sober, stay strong, and keep moving forward. Until next time.